Welcome back, everyone. I want to talk about the recent ultimatum given by President Trump towards Iran today. So, earlier today, President Trump made a post on his social media page that he always use. So, he made the message and sent it to the Iranian. So, the message is a deadline for Iran to make an agreement today. So, he threatened that the Iran civilization is going to end today. A civilization is going to end tonight. That is what I can decode in what is the message that is passed to that message that is sent on his Twitter show. Because he was threatening a civilization ending strike and damage to Iran. So what this entails in my own, when I decode this message, when I analyze this message on my own, what I derive from the message is that President Trump maybe likely thinking of attacking all Iranian energy infrastructure, water supply infrastructure, even critical transportation infrastructure in the country. Since we have seen him previously attack the biggest and largest, longest bridges in Iran. So he has made this threat in that perspective. Maybe he will go after such targets. But there's another theory that I found, and that one is very ominous. So that one is very scary. So I hope that one doesn't come to fulfillment or to come to reality. That one is that it's likely that President Trump may decide to use nuclear weapon on Iran because what else is so powerful that can end a civilization? Although a nuclear weapon cannot end civilization if it's limited, but if it's total nuclear strike and not nuclear weapons when used, the explosion is not the only thing that is harmful to the civilians. The smoke, the nuclear radiation after the nuclear strike is as damaging as the explosion itself. So that can also be a way of ending civilization. And if President Trump goes on this route to use a nuclear strike on Iran, so this ultimatum is going to end tonight, and we're going to all the whole world is waiting to see what is going to happen. So if he goes and follow the statement that he made about this civilization ending damage that he want to do to Iran, destruction, the hell that he want to send them back to. Because in the message he mentioned sending them back to hell, which they belong to. So if he follow up on that statement, what this means is that every other country in that region will acquire a nuclear weapon. There will be global nuclear proliferation. All the countries around the world will abandon the non-nuclear proliferation treaty, which is the last standing nuclear treaty that is still being observed by majority of the world nations and states. So any strike on Iran that is a nuclear strike is going to lead to nations going to develop their own nuclear program because nuclear weapon will be seen as the only guarantee for national security because nations will see that if you don't have a nuclear deterrent, if you have one military deterrent, you can still be attacked, you can still be coerced into doing things against your interest, and everybody will go to the North Korean model, which is not good for global security because at that stage, if different countries having different disagreement and each nations in the world has nuclear weapon, all regions of the world can be facing nuclear threats and nuclear fallout as a result of just local conflict or regional conflict anywhere that erupts in every part of the world. If that kind of system exists globally and if President Trump took the way of striking Iran in a nuclear way, which I don't think he's going to do by the way, but if there's a possibility that this is the path that he might took. So if he took that path, this is the kind of environment he will create in the international system. So We are waiting for the fulfillment of his ultimatum. And the ultimatum itself is based on desperation because he has used all military means to attack Iran and he's not achieving the result that he's expecting. So he's frustrated and the Iranians are rejecting any idea of ceasefire. They have said multiple times that they are not interested in ceasefire. They want a permanent resolution and end to the conflict. So what that means is that the United States must dismantle the security system that they have in the region and the policy that they have towards Iran that entails it to go for an aggressive posture towards Iran. So that is the demand that Iran is sending to the United States. The United States have been sending message to Pakistan for a ceasefire of different models, but the Iranians are rejecting it. The latest one was the 45-day ceasefire. The Iranians rejected it and sent them 4-point peace negotiation agreement conditions that the United States must meet for a peace agreement to be reached. And those 4 points are basically what the United States cannot accept in its current state, in its current stance on Iran. So, so we are seeing a continuous grinding on of this war. And yes, and maybe 2 days ago, there was United States Special Forces entering Iran to rescue a downed F-15 pilot, as they claim. But later, according to the experts, after the revelation of where the rescue operation was take place, it was close to Natanz nuclear site. So where Iran is keeping their enriched uranium. So the United States conduct that operation close to that area. So which is giving a possibility that that operation was not actually to save the F-15 pilot, was actually to take Iran enriched uranium. So, and we saw a lot of damaged helicopters and aircraft that crashed in that area. United States lost 12 aircraft in that mission, but they claim they rescued the F-15 pilot. But evidence of the rescued F-15 pilot has not yet been seen, which is why it's still a doubt that that was the operation. Maybe it's a failed operation to raid Iran nuclear facility. So that is part of the thing that is. But President Trump is not saying this in public. So he has been briefed about this disaster by his military officials. So that is part of the reason why he is lashing out on social media and threatening the Iranians. So let's wait and see what will happen tonight. So thank you very much for watching this video from beginning to the end. Please like and subscribe and share. Thank you very much.